God. I saw the name. Something like that.
Oh, jeez. Ayeesha Curry reveals she never wanted kids, had her own career goals, and that Steph doesn't understand her.
Kids, did you always knew you wanted a big family?
No.
She always knew
So
you wanted a big family.
I didn't want kids. I didn't want to get married. I thought I was going to be career girl and that's it. And I had my eyes set on my goals. And I was never the little girl that like dreamt about the wedding dress and all of that. And then it happened so early in my life. So it's like, it's one of those things like you don't know what you actually don't know what you want.
It's so hard also to be the woman in a situation where you're like, men just don't get as much scrutiny. Like they can maybe tell him like your fucking shots suck tonight, but like the looks and all of that is just like not a factor of conversation as much.
No.
Did you talk to Steph about it? Like, or did you kind of keep it within yourself so it didn't?
I do not have
Kids, did you always knew you wanted a big?
I'll let you go first, Ron. Put the hot potato in your lap. Pause.
Yeah, am I missing something? Are they like getting divorced or something like that?
No, they're happily married.
No, they're
Seems
not happily married.
No, well, she clearly has some kind of animosity towards his success and who he is, but she's clearly blaming him for her lack of success in her own.
You know what the sad thing about it is that there are women that would love to be in her shoes, that would just take her message and follow her on social media, follow her life and everything like that. And the information that she's putting out there, they'll roll with it. But the reason why they tuned in or they're into her is because of her being a wife and a mother and all that good stuff. Right? And they would love to be in the position that she's in. I think all this boils down to a lack of respect for her husband.
You know what, Ron? Okay. But I'm willing to think this may not have anything to do with him at all. Except for the fact that when you're not happy with you and what you've accomplished and what your mission is on this earth, resentment builds. You know what I'm saying?
That's exactly what it is.
I think that, to go back to your point, hundreds of thousands of women would do a lot to be in the predicament she's in.
Millions.
Let's go millions.
Cause let's talk about it. Nothing's working. Like she came out with the pots and pans that came and went. She got the restaurants. That's
I'm not
cool.
I'm not
She has
sure
money.
I'm not sure what she would have done with her career, but it probably wouldn't have been an all-star.
But doesn't like millions of
NBA
seed,
player.
like doesn't millions of dollars of seed money and fame and someone that you can leverage as a celebrity for free, doesn't that catapult whatever you can do to like the
if you don't want to produce all the videos?
She's giving the impression that she's being held back.
Yeah.
She's giving the impression that she's being held back. Right?
Well,
yeah.
And this is a her thing, right?
Yeah.
Because imagine you had a wife that's worth hundreds of millions of dollars and you could do anything the fuck you wanted to do. You could start any business, do anything you wanted to do, right? Yeah. And you say you're so ambitious and you had so many goals. All right, you got the money for all that shit. Do what you want.
Right.
Sky's the limit at that point, right? If you want to start a business, if you want to whatever, you want to start a philanthropy type of situation, nonprofit, whatever you want to do, right? Mm-hmm. Anything that you plan to do as a single career woman, Now you can actually buy the company or start your own company
Yeah,
from
like
the
whatever,
ground up.
whatever the fruits of the labor were
Yeah,
gonna get you. Yeah,
right?
you got the fruits.
And I think I believe she's trying to blame somebody for her failures, right? Even though she's wildly successful, right? As a wife, the failures that she has had, the tries that she's had, and they've gone nowhere, she has to blame those failures on somebody. And I don't know why she's giving that to him.
Because of the resentment. They have
Yeah,
four beautiful
it's
kids.
resentment,
When I
man.
think
Maybe
about this story,
maybe he's like a serial cheater. He's smashing mad
It
chicks. He's
gotta be.
doing her
It
wrong.
could be
Whatever.
something else. It could be
Maybe.
something else. You know, like I said, we have an example in Mrs. James, right? Mrs. James has a life very similar to that.
about Savannah.
Talking about Mrs. James. Yep.
All right.
Mrs. James has no quarrels at all, or at least public quarrels at all.
If I had to guess,
Okay.
I think LeBron is smashing way more side chicks than Steph Curry.
Well, I don't know. I don't. You know. I don't want to.
Black excellence right there, brother.
I'm looking at the baby innocent face.
Right.
He looked like he looked like a good guy.
Well, listen.
Maybe it's because he's so light skinned. I don't know.
They both were with the guy from the ground. You know, technically from the ground.
Yes. Yeah.
Savannah more so maybe from the ground.
Yes.
You know, and I would just say, you know, no matter, you could look at celebrity as a whole. Sometimes us as regular folks, you know, regular working class people, you know, we look at them and we say, man, if I had all that, I'd be fine. You know, and what you come to realize is that's not the case, right? You know, for her to not have to work, well, being a mother full time, I'm sure it's a real job. I know you have help. You have enough money to have help, like to where you're not even
that
like
shadow that
you're not even like full. It's the shadow, and you know, if you don't want to produce all the videos,
journeyman in the league, you know what I mean. If you would have been his brother, she would have been fine. But the fact that Steph Curry is a household name and he's going around, I think his greatness on top. I don't think it's just the NBA
because it's greatness,
just the money.
It's greatness.
It's the greatness and the air that he's in.
Yeah,
I don't think she could breathe up there. You know what I mean? It makes it real tough. When we're talking about the story and when we juxtapose the sides, I think about Tabitha Brown and her husband Chance.
Mm-hmm.
Tabitha Brown, the influencer, when she made enough money off of her companies, she retired her husband that was a police officer.
Yeah.
And he went on and created a couple of businesses, and he's not, you know, kicking her back in or anything like that. You don't really hear Stedman kicking Oprah's back. They're not married, but you know.
But also, like I said,
it's a tough place to be. But if you had to diagnose what the real issue is, you would say what, Cool? Like if Steph heard that clip and he called you, he was like, "Yo, what's wrong?"
I mean, you know, the shadow, like you said, man, the shadow that you're casting,
shadow is just too.
It's very large. It's very large, and she's having a difficult time.
Even if you weren't going to be great living under that shadow, I can't even.
Yeah, but
I can't even grow. It's like a flower growing up under like a tree. You know what I mean? You're not gonna get enough sunlight.
But the bad thing about it is that she can be great in that shadow. You get what I'm saying? That's the reality.
I mean, what's the okay? So let's play devil's advocate. Let me play devil's advocate. What's the goal? Cookie Johnson? What's the goal? Who's the greatest basketball wife?
Savannah James.
Yeah.
What has she done?
James.
What have she done?
She's held it down.
Simple thing said it. She played her position.
Yeah.
The position.